What's up guys, this is Andrew and today I'm bringing you a comparison video between the brand new Bose Sport Earbuds and the Jabra Elite Active 75Ts. I'm going to be comparing and contrasting these two earbuds and also hopefully helping you guys out deciding which one is best for you. Let's go. We're going to start this comparison out by looking at the case of these earbuds, and just from a quick look you can tell there's an easy winner right here just based on size alone, where the Jabra earbuds are much smaller than the Bose case. The case for Bose is pretty substantial. It's much bigger than a lot of even competitors. I have the Samsung Galaxy Buds right here, and you can see there's a huge difference. This is an easy win for the Jabras. A lot of people that already have the Bose Sport Earbuds or the Quiet Comforts say it's not a huge deal to them and they're used to it, and it's not fits in their pocket fine, which is true. Both of these will fit in standard men's pockets, but it's when you have other things inside of it that it really becomes an issue. If you have your phone and you try and put this on top of it, then it ends up getting pretty clunky. Same thing if you have a wallet. So I think in terms of size and being compact, the Jabras win pretty handedly. That's pretty easy to see. And jumping on and continuing with the case, they're both USB-C, and neither of the ones I have are wireless charging. The Jabras do come with a wireless charging variant, but if you buy them now, you have to make sure you order from somewhere that states they're giving you the wireless charging case, otherwise you might not get it. So be on the lookout for that if that's important to you. It's not a huge deal for me, but it would be nice to have. I do like using wireless charging, but for the sake of this video, neither of these have wireless charging. At this point in 2020, I do think it is a pretty big miss not to include wireless charging at the price point of $180 to $200. Especially with Bose just having came out with these. I know Jabra is releasing the 85Ts, and those have wireless charging on every edition, so that's kind of where they're going. But for the sake of this comparison, neither of them have it, so we'll continue on from there. Sticking with the theme of cases and charging, battery life is another pretty easy win here, where the Jabras come out on top pretty handedly, and this is one area where I'm very disappointed with the Bose Sport Earbuds. The Jabra 75Ts can get up to 7.5 hours on a charge, which is really good and better than most earbuds on the market. And combined with the case, they get up to around 28 hours in total, I believe, which is very good. Again, very competitive, if not better than most of the other offerings in the market, and one area where the Bose struggle mightily. The Bose Sport Earbuds provide around 5 hours on a charge, and the case only provides another 10 hours. So in total, you're only getting around 15 hours case and buds, which is very low comparing it to the competition, and of course comparing it to the Jabras, which at this point have almost double the total battery that the Bose do. The disappointing battery life for the Bose becomes increasingly confusing when you take into account that the case is really large. How is the case for the Jabra providing so much more battery compared to the Bose Sport Earbuds? You would think it would be the other way around, so you really wonder what they're doing with all this space, and it almost makes it feel worse that you're carrying such a large case without getting that much battery from it. Now, the discrepancy in battery life won't affect everyone equally, so it's really up to you how much you value having the extra battery life. Of course, I prefer to have more. I'm not always great with charging my earbuds, so knowing that when I pick up my case and I put them in, I know I'm going to have power, I'm much more likely to have power at least. That's a pretty big plus for me, but for most people, if you're responsible and you charge all of your items every night, it won't be a huge deal unless you're going on a 7-hour hike and you intend to listen to music the entire way through. Then the Jabras will win out. But overall, for most people, I don't think it's a huge issue, but it is something you want to consider, and it's definitely an easy win for the Jabras. Moving on to more workout-focused areas of this discussion, we're going to look at the waterproofing, and here's another easy one for the Jabras, where they are IPX7 rated, and the Bose are just IPX4. I gotta say, I was pretty surprised when I found out these are only IPX4. I really expect them to be a little higher, especially you see so many other earbuds now, like the AirPods Pro, and even the Jabra Elite, the non-active version, is IPX5. So it's kind of weird that these are a sport, fitness-oriented earbud. I would have thought they would have had a higher rating. I know the Jaybird Vistas, I think, are also IPX7, just like these Jabras, but the Bose is still down to IPX4. Now, for most people, it doesn't make a huge difference. They're both supposed to be sweat resistant, water resistant, should be fine if you get caught in a little rain, should be no issue. The Jabras can be submerged in water, which most people won't be doing. It's a nice sanity check. And for me, I always like having as much waterproofing or water resistance as possible. I'm a pretty heavy sweater in the gym, and also you never know what's going to happen. So for long-term durability, I prefer to have the higher IPX7 rating, so that is important to me. And in this case, that ends up being another win for the Jabras. But overall, both of these should be fine for just going to the gym, and your average workout sweat should be fine. Even if you're a heavy sweater, in theory, both of these will be fine. You get caught in the rain, they should be okay. And so it really shouldn't make a difference, but it's always nice having that peace of mind. Both of these earbuds are stated to have a Bluetooth connection of around 30 feet max distance. In my testing, it seems that with both of these earbuds, once you pass 20 feet, things can get a little dicey, and if anything, are just very inconsistent. Where sometimes I feel like I can go 35, 40 feet, and it'll be just fine, like when I'm doing farmer's carries. It could be a 40-foot run there and back, and when I run that 40 feet, on occasion when I'm furthest away, it's perfectly fine, music didn't get interrupted at all, and then I come back and it's perfectly fine on the way back. But other times, once I get to that furthest point, they just cut out completely, and then it's really choppy until I get very close to my phone. It takes a while to recover. And I see that with both of these. If anything, I would say the Bose are a little better connectivity-wise once you're past that 20-25 foot marker, especially around 30 feet. I don't think I've ever really gotten the Jabras to go past 30 feet, but Bose I know have definitely gone past 30 feet for me, although it's very inconsistent. Jumping into the comfort and the fit, both of these earbuds have worked very well for me when working out, and I've never had any issues with them actually falling out. The Jabras on occasion feel like their seal gets a little loose, and it feels like it might fall out, but they never actually have during deadlifts, farmer carries, jogs, nothing. The Bose never once felt like they were going to fall out, and even though they're not very tight inside of your ear canal, they sit very well, and they don't feel like they're moving at all. They've never gone anywhere for me, and I think they're very secure. Their wingtip design, a lot of people like, and it's very popular with people who are working out because of the secure fit. I also think the Bose Sport might be a little more comfortable than the Jabras, at least in my time, and I think with over a long period of listening, say 3 hours plus, they'd definitely be more comfortable than the Jabras. I know some people really don't like the in-ear feeling that the Jabras have, and they'll say it's uncomfortable in even a very short period of time, less than an hour, around an hour. So if that's you, then the Jabras definitely are not for you, and the Bose is much more comfortable for you. If you know that kind of thing bothers you, then I wouldn't really even consider these, and I would just jump for the Bose because the fit is really good. They're very comfortable. I've never used either of these for 3 hours or more straight, but if I had to guess, I do think the Bose would perform better as far as comfort goes. The more in-ear fit that some people don't like and don't find comfortable is actually something I enjoy and I prefer, especially when I'm working out. The way the Jabras fit into your ear results in much more passive noise isolation, and that's something I really look for when I'm working out. Now, even though there is active noise cancellation on other earbuds, that's usually much more expensive and a different price point than these kind of earbuds. And when I'm working out, I do like to isolate noise, and for someone who wants that isolation but doesn't want to pay almost $300 for noise cancellation, these come out on top, and just in general, these style earbuds are usually almost always better. And I find that the Bose Sport Earbuds really don't block any noise passively. Of course, there's a little muffling, and when you have the music really turned up, they will isolate noise, but I'm not trying to block out the outside world by just cranking up the volume to max and drowning it out that way. I prefer to just have a better seal to kind of block everything else out. Now, even if you're someone who does like to hear the sounds around you while you're working out or just while you're listening to your music, I wouldn't rule out the Jabras just yet, because they do have a hear-through feature which allows you to amplify the sounds around you, so you can still hear your surroundings, you can feel safe while you're running, anything like that. You just get the option though, which is something I prefer, where I can hear my surroundings around me, but I also can get pretty good noise isolation and only hear my music and just concentrate on what I'm doing. Sticking with noise isolation, the Jabras are supposed to get an over-the-air update to give them active noise cancellation. Now that's pretty rare. I don't know of too many earbuds getting over-the-air updates to give them something like noise cancellation. It's a pretty significant feature. So I'm really happy that Jabra is doing that and not just pushing their new product on you. Now it might not be the best noise cancellation, it's only one level, but it's still something, and it's definitely a win over the Bose, which currently have no noise cancellation. And unless Bose announces they're going to put it there, which I don't think they will, this is definitely a win for the Jabras, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it performs. I will update this video and at least a comment leaving my opinion on how the noise cancellation performs. If it's bad, I'll tell you it's bad. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. So if you're watching this video on a later date after they've already pushed out the update, do check the comments just to see any of my updated opinions. Jumping into sound quality, these earbuds do have a pretty similar signature where the bass is very emphasized. This is a mass consumer products, both of them, and people love bass, especially while working out. It's very common, for some people that's what measures a good earbud, is just throwing bass at you. And in the case of the Jabras, I would say the bass is even stronger, partially because of how it fits, where it feels like it's just throwing bass at you the whole time. And that does muffle out the rest of the sound. I'd say for both of them, I think they both sound good, especially for what they are, which is just consumer earbuds, true wireless. I think they both sound good, but I think here, Bose has a big leg up on Jabra. While it still has a significant amount of bass, it's much more detailed throughout the rest of the sound, whether it's treble, mids. You really hear a lot more, and with the Jabras, the bass can be overwhelming. When you're listening with the Bose earbuds, you can really pick out a few more details where the piano might take prominence, or just the treble, you might notice it a little more, whereas the Jabras can really just drown out things with bass. I still think they overall sound good, and when you're working out, a lot of times you just want that in-your-face sound, and they're both pretty good at that. But I definitely have to give it to Bose that their earbuds are the better sounding ones overall. They're much more pleasant to listen to, they're less exhausting, and I think they're better for multiple genres. I think most genres, if you're actually looking for quality and detail, they win. Getting into pricing, the Bose Sport Earbuds come in at around $180, and the Jabra Elite Active 75Ts come in at $200. Now, of course, the point of this video is which is a better value, which is worth your money, and what should you buy? And for my sake, the Jabras are the winner here. When it comes to working out, the Jabras win when it comes to noise isolation and also their IPX rating. And for me, that's a pretty big deal, but they also win in just daily things, such as battery life being almost double, including the case, and on a single charge, they last around 50% longer than the Bose Sport Earbuds. The case is also much smaller on the Jabras, easier to carry around in your pocket with other things, and I think that's another win in their favor. Of course, for many people, these earbuds might end up being your main listening device when it comes to listening to music, and for that purpose, it is important to consider sound quality. If the cons of the Bose Sport Earbuds aren't a huge deal to you, and you really do care about your sound quality, it might be worth it to still go in that direction, just because I do think they sound better overall, and they are better for long listening sessions when it comes to comfort. While I think the Active 75Ts are the better choice, given all their conveniences, I do think there's another very interesting option, which is the non-active Jabra Elite 75Ts. They're almost identical to the Active 75Ts when it comes to features and of course style. They have the same size case, actually I think the same exact case. They have the same great battery life, same design. The significant difference is that the Actives are IPX7 where the non-Actives are IPX5. But of course that IPX5 rating is still higher than the Bose Sport Earbuds. So those are no slouches when it comes to water resistance. And when it comes to working out and sweat resistance, they should be just as good, if not better, than the Bose Sport Earbuds. So even if you're planning to work out, I think those are a great choice. And at $150, they undercut the Bose Sport Earbuds by $30 and the Actives by $50. For the value-conscious buyer, I'm not sure that the Jabra 75T Active version is worth it over the non-active version, the standard Elite 75Ts. $50 more is a significant difference, and really you're just getting the higher IPX rating. There are other slight differences, but for the most part it's just the IPX rating, and I think IPX5 is fine for most people, even people who work out. So I think that would be my recommendation for most people, especially those who are budget conscious. If you like the peace of mind of knowing these are IPX7, sweat resistant, water resistant, can be submerged in water for over a minute, then I think these are still the way to go. I think these are the best out of the three. But for pure value, I think the regular Jabras might be the way to go for most people. Alright guys, well thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer to my best of my ability. I hope you got some valuable information out of this video, and if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, whether it be true wireless earbuds or even headphones and amps, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.